Welcome back, everybody. Derrick Sue, your East Oakland advocate. Well, it's been a whole week since Mayor Sheng Tao's home was searched by the FBI. And a lot of things have been coming out all week long. And so I'm going to update you with some of the latest and the optics that are now forming. And Sheng Tao seems to be telling the truth that she had no idea that there was an FBI investigation involving her, because she is not the focus of the investigation, is what the optics are saying. The optics are saying that the FBI's target on this search is the Duong Family, California Waste Solutions, and VABA, which is Vietnamese American Business Association, and paying uh, political contributions to politicians statewide, even involving our governor, Gavin Newsom. But it doesn't stop there. He's connected. The Duong family has been paying political contributions to a lot of people on sometimes both sides of the aisle, but predominantly they do take a stand. And uh, the FBI's portion and the IRS is, there's a very fine line between a political contribution and a bribe. And the paperwork right now is pointing to a lot of bribes. For those of you that follow me on Facebook, I found a PBS documentary talking exactly about what's happening in Oakland: bribes, political contributions, and special interests. And the Duongs are a special interest, and they're funneling bribe money because if you look at that, this is why political contributions are so important, and why the candidates need to adhere to those limits and know where their contributions are coming from. I always know where my contributions are coming from because I do a background search on everybody who does donations. But right now, I'm not accepting anything, so I'm not on the take, we'll say. And that's what's at the basis of the FBI investigation. And through Channel 7, Dan Noy's investigation, um, it's come out that Sheng Tao's, when she was running for Oakland mayor, she hired an Oakland company to print over 170,000 mail out flyers, and then also had that company, which is based here in Oakland, mail those flyers out to the residents of Oakland. And what those flyers did was demonize Ignacio de la Fuente and Lauren Taylor. But that's not the bad part. The bad part is that Sheng Tao's campaign wrote checks to that company, but both of those checks bounced. You can see that on my Facebook page. I have that interview from Channel 7 where both checks bounced, and they were for over $53,000 each, and both of them bounced. And so that stiffed that contractor, that Oakland contractor, who ended up losing his mailing license from the Postal Service for non-payment. And so that's why the U.S. Postal Service is investigating that, because of non-payment. That Oakland business filed a complaint with the U.S. Postal Service for fraud and many other things, I'm sure. But That's why the U.S. Postal Service is involved. And the IRS is involved because of bribes, the possible bribes, and not political contributions. We've, uh, if you have been watching the news recently, you've even seen one of the people that is, I even know, Jen Tran, uh, who leads the Vietnamese community, is one of the community presidents, and is also running for a political office here to represent her district. And she's received money from the Duongs, but in her recent uh, interview on TV, she said that she is going to take that amount of money out of her political contributions and donate it to a charity. Because right now she cannot return the money to the Duongs, so that's out. Uh, does that alleviate her from conspiracy? Well, it takes the optics off of her, and that's important. And then the other thing that was mentioned in her interview is that her dad, unfortunately, may be one of those straw donors of the Duongs, and so he is under federal investigation, and that's coming from Jen Tran. So there's a lot of people being looked at by the FBI, IRS on these very, very serious allegations, and that's all they are right now. And Mayor Sheng Tao's name may never come back up because in most cases, all she would have to do is return all of that money either to the Duongs or to a charity, and that kind of wipes the slate clean. That's what happened with Libby Schaaf in her second term when she was caught taking more than the term or the contribution limits of $800 here in Oakland. Sheng Tao, on the other hand, through all these straw donors and VABA, California Waste Solutions, Duong Family, her total is $9,900. That is a serious bribe. That is well above the $5,000 threshold, the questionable threshold whether they were guilty or not. And so there's no doubt that Sheng Tao has some complacency in this particular issue. And that's the part that's going to continue to haunt her. But these are all the current updates that's been happening in the past week. So, and Mayor Sheng Tao, she's lost two key members. Her criminal lawyer that represents her for this particular case. She hasn't announced a replacement yet, but that then her director of communications from her office quit. That's very serious for Sheng Tao, and the optics are very, very serious for her. And could she do time? I don't think so. But this could seriously destroy her political career. Libby Schaaf, she was able to return her money and then pay a small fine. But yet, there are a lot of reasons for Libby not being in politics, so to speak, other than she's running in November for California State Treasurer's position. So I don't know about you, but she is not the top of my list. Anybody else? Yeah. Her? No. So anyway, that's what's going on, and it's getting really interesting. So it's the Duong family that is, I would venture to say, with my investigative background also, I spent 2 years training at the Department of Justice. So I have a lot of legal knowledge and background and training. So this is getting pretty interesting here, and what this essentially does, like I stated earlier, that from a reliable source, that Waste Management put this investigation together. And a lot of people say, well, what's the connection? Well, this year is Oakland's contract for the next decade of trash collection. And Waste Management has a $1.2 billion interest in this contract. And the optics were saying that the city council, because many city council members were on the contribution list, we'll call it, of the Duong family. And then Mayor Shang Tao, appears to be directly in the pockets of the Duong family. And so the likelihood of Waste Management being completely ousted from the city of Oakland was pretty definite, and you'd have to be pretty stupid not to see that coming. And Waste Management saw that happening with the last contract because they were secondary, and the only reason why they were able to pick up the household trash is because they had the personnel equipment to do it, whereas California Waste Solutions did not have that type of work staff equipment, and they outright said that we cannot guarantee reliable trash pickup. And so that's why Waste Management still has at this time the household trash collection. Then the other serious part is that the city of Oakland awarded CWS a 10-acre site at the former Oakland Army Supply Base. So, and that was a real sketchy deal with that when they were awarded that. So there were a lot of things here in Oakland, but kind of brings a little more focus into what's going on with our mayor, city council, and the politicians and legislators of Oakland. So this is getting very deep. A lot of people are involved, and the list is still growing. Thanks for joining me today. We'll be right back.